What's up, guys? A lot of you guys haven't seen my face, heard my voice for a long time. I think the last time I posted on this channel was more than 5 years ago. Probably. I don't know. But it's been a second. If you are an old subscriber, hi. Nice to see you. If you are new and you just stumbled across this because the algorithm gave it to you, one, thank you, algorithm. Second, hi, welcome. My name is Ange Luke. A little bit about me. I am 25 years old. I'm a singer-songwriter from Texas. I'm trying to just figure out what the hell I'm doing. So, if you're into watching content that is about life and growing up in your 20s and a little bit of music, a little bit of artist development here and there, that's me. That's what I'm bringing to the table. So, I really wanted to make this video because I'm trying to do video series documenting my journey with Artist Way. Ooh, ah. If you haven't heard of this book, it's been around for a long time, and when I say long time, I mean like from the 80s. I consider that a long time. Longer than I've been alive. But it is written by Julia Cameron. And basically, it's kind of like a workbook for finding your inner creative. A lot of people rave about this. I discovered this on TikTok. I looked into it. Turns out it's pretty legit. And I bought it for myself on Black Friday because it was like really cheap. But anyways, I want to keep myself accountable. It takes like 12 weeks to go through the whole thing. I want to make these videos just as a way to like look back on my progress, keep me accountable, and maybe build a community of people that are interested in this kind of stuff. Anyways, let's dive into what the heck this thing even is, what it says, and what I've learned from it so far. It is January 2025, day before inauguration. Technically, I started like 2 weeks ago, but this past week has been absolutely insane. We're gonna pretend like we're just gonna delete it. We're gonna pretend like we didn't experience this past week. So like I read through the first like whole intro of it about like the basic principles about creativity, and every single person is like innately creative. Something that I've always like told people, just kind of like have always just believed. I always hear like, oh, like I wish I could sing, or I wish I could draw, or I wish I was creative like that. And something that I would always tell people when they're like, oh, like I wish I could sing, like I love singing, like I just wish I was good at it. But like singing is like a muscle, and some people are born with stronger muscles already, and like that's why like just some people just are really good at it naturally, and then some people have to like, you know, take lessons or whatever. It's like the same way that some people are just naturally gifted at running, or some people are naturally not gifted but maybe just physically more apt to do certain sports. Some of them give us a leg up. It doesn't mean that just because you may not have been born with the same assets that you can't achieve success or growth in that area to be good, quote unquote. Everyone is creative because to be creative is to be like human. Yeah, I really liked the basic principles. I guess I'll just read through them. So, number 1, creativity is the natural order of life. Life is energy, pure creative energy. First of all, that's crazy. I mean, how could it not be? You see like the mountains and you see like beautiful nature sceneries and you're like, holy crap, like that's so beautiful. There's a reason that painters and photographers try to capture that like beauty in nature. Like nature is innately creative. So, number 2, there is an underlying, indwelling creative force infusing all of life, including ourselves. Number 3, when we open ourselves to our creativity, we open ourselves to the Creator's creativity within us and our lives. That was a mouthful, but basically, when we open ourselves up to creativity, we unlock that in ourselves because each person has that. I think that's really cool. 4, we are ourselves creations, true, and we in turn are meant to continue creativity by being creative ourselves. Word. 5, creativity is God's gift to us. Using our creativity is our gift back to God. Number 6, The refusal to be creative is self-will and is counter to our true nature, which I think is so, so good and mind-blowing to read written down, because it's so true. And it reminds me of people that say, like, oh, like, I'm just not a creative person. Wrong. You are a creative person. You have to self-will yourself to not be creative, because creativity is intertwined with you as a being. Oh, so good. 7, when we open ourselves to exploring our creativity, we open ourselves to God, good, orderly direction. And again, God can be used as like the universe, Mother Nature, whatever God being you believe in. 8, as we open our creative channel to the Creator, many gentle but powerful changes are to be expected. And then 9, it is safe to open ourselves up to greater and greater creativity. And 10, our creative dreams and yearnings come from a divine source. As we move toward our dream, we move toward our divinity, which I think is also a really cool like principle to think about, because it just kind of further cements the idea that the yearn to, be creative or produce art or whatever, like that yearn that I know a lot of people experience comes from like ourselves and like a divine source. I don't know, I just think that's so cool. Like, I have so much to say. The first few pages in, when I read that, I was like, okay, yeah, like this is gonna be good. This is gonna be a good process. The basic tools of the artist's way, as it says, is the morning pages. So you're supposed to write 3 pages, just like a brain dump every morning. I personally am really bad about doing things in the morning. As long as I get 3 pages, if it's at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, that's a win in my book. I know that's technically cheating, but it's fine. As long as I do it, that's my thing, is like I want it to be so like I try to have like the perfect environment to do these things, and I think that's the ADHD in me, I don't know, but it oftentimes inhibits me from doing the thing, because it's like, well, I'm not in the perfect environment, or I'm not in the perfect time, or whatever. Anyways, that to say, I'm trying to be very forgiving with myself on this process, because I really want to like complete it and do it. I have finished week 1, and week 1 is all about recovering a sense of safety. In the chapter, it talks about protecting the artist child within and like nurturing, because like as children we're all creative, obviously. Like, children just are so naturally good at expressing creativity, I think. And it's not that like we lose it per se, but it's just we have been conditioned to shove that part of ourselves away. So in the chapter, it talks about examples of like people, and like how the billionaire, whatever his name is, he wanted to be an artist, but his parents, I'm like, no, you need to go into finance or something. I don't really remember. You need to go into finance because that's what your dad did and that's what you're going to do, and it's going to make you a lot of money. And he's like, okay. Conditioned himself to believe that like he could never be the painter, and so instead he would be the purchaser of paint, the art collector. I don't know. I'm butchering that. Yeah, and like it gives more examples of ways that people have kind of diminished or given themselves the negative beliefs that they have about themselves, and why they can't pursue creativity daily, or why they can't be a writer, why they can't be a painter or a singer or a dancer or whatever. Like, what are the ways in your life that you have told yourself, like, I can't do this because, like, they have a lot of commonly held negative beliefs. I don't have good enough ideas, everyone will hate me, I won't have any money, my lover will leave me, I'll die. It's like all this stuff challenges you to confront the devil on your shoulder that tells you like, no, you can't do that, or you're not really that good at it, or whatever your little devil tells you. For this week, what I did is wrote down the affirmation that it told me to. It tells you to like write down an affirmation, and I just chose one from the book. I wrote down, I, Angelica, am a brilliant and prolific singer. And I like wrote that like 10 times. And then each time that I wrote it, I was supposed to like keep in mind like the little blurts from my devil shoulder, the ways that it was countering that. It's kind of crazy, like the ways that the negative self-talk was so loud when I was just writing this like mantra. I guess I'll just read them. My little voice was like, you're not as good as you think you are. There's people better than you. You're not as trained. You've been rejected by every show. True. And like some of these were just like they surface level, and then as I kept doing it, a lot of them like are getting more like specific and deeper. Like I just like wrote the opposite in like a positive affirmation. I, Angelica, I shine in the spotlight, only carry pure intentions to create. People do not think I'm full of myself or shame me for being expressive. I'm worthy of praise and attention. I'm worthy of praise and attention. And I just like wrote that 10 times because I realized that was something that I have struggled with. I have a habit of like hiding myself. I haven't like really tried to put myself out there on like social media and stuff because of just like different things throughout my life that gave me the core belief, the core negative belief that one, I wasn't as good as I thought I was, and two, people were going to think less of me by expressing myself. Like I wasn't allowed to express myself, and I'm not worthy of praise, and I'm not worthy of attention. So really eye-opening for me. Supposed to like complete tasks and stuff. You don't have to do all of them, but they do recommend doing as much as you can. Okay, I did take myself on an artist date, which they recommend you do, which you're supposed to do like by yourself. Like no one's supposed to come with you, which I love doing things by myself, but it's kind of hard right now because I have a 10-month-old and don't have access to a babysitter all the time, but I do have ways to figure it out. I went to, I guess it was an open mic event at a coffee shop. Really, really cool. They had like a live band and it was like jazz. I just sat with my laptop, had a glass of wine, and I was making my vision board and I was listening to the music, and it was just like so cool. I love jazz or blues bands, especially live. So cool. They ended up inviting like people to join them on stage, and so I ended up like singing a song with them, which was really cool because I haven't sung with a live band in a really long time. So that was my artist date. I wrote my morning pages like I think 5 days out of the week. I need to pick it back up because I haven't done it for the last couple days. Were there any other issues this week that you consider significant for your recovery? I think the issues actually have been the vibes of social media lately with the TikTok ban and everything, Meta and Instagram. I'm also in the process of releasing another song, and so I'm trying to figure out like social media campaign, and that has been an issue that very closely relates to negative core belief that I discovered, which is like I'm afraid to put myself out there, especially on social media, which is ironic because I used to do it a lot, and I don't know, I just stopped. I didn't start, I stopped. That definitely has been an issue because there's so much like tension that's stopping me from doing it, but I'm trying really hard to like push through. Stop caring what people think when I post something on my story or post a singing video. I did post a singing video of an original of the song that I'm putting out. Literally, like, as soon as I press post, like, I'm just filled with anxiety of, like, people from high school are gonna see this, or people that haters are gonna see it. I don't know. Probably not. I immediately think like I hope they don't think I'm annoying posting a video of me singing and like having it come on their feed. I don't know. I have to stop thinking like that. So, because I know it comes from a negative core belief. I'm not worthy of attention or praise. Can't take up space. Have this like belief that like I shouldn't do that. Like I'm bothering people. I don't know. People pleaser in me? Probably. That is an issue that has come up that I'm trying to work through and push through. That has been week 1. I don't think I did anything else. Yeah, except for the artist date. No, I haven't done anything else. So, week 2, I will have to really try harder. But like I said, like I'm trying to be patient with myself. I'm trying to be forgiving and not let the need to be perfect deter me from completing the damn task. I did 2 things. That's good enough for me. And I'm filming this, so good job me. Do the damn thing. That's the vibes for 2025, is to do the damn thing. So, thanks for watching this video. If you watched it. It's fine if you didn't. Like I said, like this is really for me. But if you do want to join, that's cool too. I'm going to try to post once a week, obviously, with my updates. And hopefully this will help me like break some of that mental blockage. But anyways, hope you all enjoyed this. Same time next week? Okay. Goodbye. Okay, so I deleted my last video that had a cute thumbnail, so have it like this. My cat's getting into shit. Oh my god. Hey! Have it like this. Feet are so cold.